from your classmates, yeah, let me call it classmate. You know, someone said we are doing a nursery rhyme. I actually like that. Okay, what you learn from your classmates here, you could even learn faster after I teach. Do you understand? You could understand faster. That's what I used to do back then. Anything we teach finish, I used to have these friends who will now go and start asking ourselves questions where we don't understand and all this, right? Yeah. And also today we'll be assigning uh, what is it called again?
The accountability partner.
Yes, accountability partner. So I'm not going to do, in fact, we will not do it accountability partner anymore. We'll do it groups. Do you understand? And in your group, please, if anybody makes you fall short, please report. If anybody makes you fall short twice, if the person makes you fall short twice, report. Then when you report, I would remove the person from your group. Okay? Because if I give you accountability partner, you may actually have somebody like you. Now, what I mean someone like you is you might have someone that is let me use this word. I'm not talking to anyone directly. You may have someone as smart as you, right? Which at the end of the day doesn't now make sense. Or you might have somebody as confused as you, which at the end of the day doesn't also make sense. Do you understand? And so, so for that accountability partner, I've started recording now, right? I'm going to just name it sequentially as your name appears here. The only person I'm not going to assign accountability partner is Agui Godwin, because he told me yesterday about his laptop issues, right? So when you have it resolved, please let me know so that you can have your accountability partner, right? So
Okay, no problem.
Agui Godwin, your village people are so much in love with you. Your village people are so much in love with you today.
I passed them. I passed them.
Mhm. So what were
I
you
can
saying? We
hear.
didn't hear
I
you at
can
all.
hear. I was saying, no problem, coach. I'll let you know once the laptop is resolved.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. Please listen attentively. Listen attentively, right? Listen attentively. Please take notes of your accountability partner as mentioned. Then in your group or on the WhatsApp group, you can ask for who that person is. Do you understand? Then I will assign a leader. And when I assign a leader, now see, okay, let's do it this way. I will make it how many are we here? 40. 40 divided by 4. That is 10 groups, right? 41 divided by 4, 10 groups. All right. Now I'm going to make it group of four persons. All right. Then I will make one person the leader. Now that leader, to make sure the group is not so much clustered, right? The leader just take note of your people. Then in the WhatsApp group, you can just write the 4 of you your name. All right. So we have a much more organized WhatsApp group. So immediately after the class now, you just go and write 4 of you your name. Everybody, you write your four of you. You write 4 of you. You write 4 of you. You write 4 of you. You understand? Right? Because if you now go to the group and everybody's asking, please, who am I with? Please, who am I with? Please, who am I? You understand? Everywhere will be clustered. You will not even know who is who. But once you just write 4, let's say for me now, if I have Justice, Joel, Deborah, and Onyinye, I will just write these 4 persons so they can easily read it. And please, I want to also plead with everybody. Learn how to read. Learn how to read. But I will come to that. Right. So Achionye Clara, Afolabi, Ayobami, Ajipe, Benga, and Akim Adeyi. You are one. You are in group 1. Achionye Clara, Aguiyi Godwin, Ajipe Benga, and Akim Adeyi. You are in group. Okay. Then group 2 has Balogun Kehinde, Charles Joel, Chinyere Umunnape, and Christopher Adewosa. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Yes, Gemini is going to take the note for me. Then I would no, see what I'm doing. I don't have it anywhere. I'm reading from the people here, right? The people here, the way you guys appear on my right hand side. Look at this list I'm scrolling, right? That's where I'm reading from. But I trust Gemini to take down the note for me. All right. So Gemini, take these notes very well. Yeah. Okay. So let me start again. Achonia Clara for group 1. Achonia Clara, Afolabi Ayobami, Ajipe Benga, and Akim Adeyi. Now, your group leader is Achionye Clara. So Achionye Clara, please take down the form of these 4 names, all right? That is these people up here. Leave Agui here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, Balogu Kehinde, Charles Joel, Chinyere Umunnape, and Christopher Adewosa. Now, Chris is busy. I'm making Joel the group leader. I'm making Joel the group leader. All right. See, the reason I don't want to make this thing after the classes, I will still have a lot of people asking, where. No, listening to it now is just going to take not more than 6 minutes. All right. But if you keep interrupting, it takes longer. Okay. I've been in classes like this where these things you say, okay, go on. At the end of the day, everywhere is chaotic in the group, and you don't know where you belong. So it's better I call it everybody know who you are with here now, because people hardly read. All right. So calm down, please. Charles Joel, you are the group. Now, Deborah Fab, Emmanuel Anopa, Ezea Adobe, and Ezedibia Smart. All right. All of you. Deborah Fab, Emmanuel Anopa, Ezea Adobe, and Ezedibia Smart. Please don't accept that person coming in. Allow the person to stay. Ezea Adobe, 1. Okay. Now your leader is Ezea Adobe. Ezea Adobe is your leader. Then
what group is that, sir?
That's group 3. Group 3. But just listen to your name. Just listen to your name so that you know who you're with. All right. Then group 4, H Factor All-in-One, which is Habitech, right? H Factor All-in-One, Ibrahim Lasisi, Igo Ereren, and Ikenna Peter. Your leader is Ikenna Peter. Okay. Next group, which is group 5, Innocent Stanley, Isaac Kobina Amako, Isdo Nkafu, and Jamiu Aminu. Your leader is Isaac Kobina. Okay. Next one, Joseph Nyarobi, Justice Ikechukwu, Matthew Ayobami, and Nicholas Agbogan. Your leader is Justice Ikechukwu. Okay. Did you get that?
Hello. Sir.
Hold on. No questions, please. No questions. Good, thank you. Joseph Nyarobi, Justice Ikechukwu, Matthew Ayobami, Nicholas Agbogan. You are in 1, so you have Justice Ikechukwu as your leader. Then Nnamdi Samuel, Obinna Collins, Ogenewe Akise, and Onyinye Obichukwu. Your leader, your leader is Nnamdi Samuel. Nampo,
Group what, sir?
That's group 6. Nampo Sam, I trust you to do this work very well. All right. Nnamdi Samuel, Obinna Collins, Oganaiwe Akise, Onyinye Obichukwu. Then your leader is Nnamdi Samuel. All right. Then Opeyemi, Group 7, Opeyemi, Emily, Osarobo, Gobodia, Peter, Victor, and Priscilla Pius. Osarobo is your leader. Opeyemi, Emily, Osarobo, Peter, Victor, Priscilla Pius. Osarobo is your leader. Okay. Queen Ikuji, Saida Bempa, Samuel Wanchukwu, and Stewart the teacher. Queen Ikuji, Saida Bempa, Samuel Wanchukwu, and Stewart the teacher. Stewart the teacher is your leader. I purposely chose that one. All right, then it remains Sweet Experience, Tech Slick, Williams Ofonime, and Wheels Dev. Sweet Experience, Tech Slick, Williams Ofonime Etuk, and Wheels Dev. All right. Now, Tech Slick is your leader, right? However, for this group, this is a special group. For this group, I will be within you. This Sweet Experience, Tech Slick, Williams Ofonime, and Wheels Dev, I am with you. Okay, but Tech Slick is your leader. Now, the fact that you have accountability partner does not mean that you cannot work with other people. If there are people that you know you can maybe come together to study, or your group can merge with other group, people study, people do things together, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean you cannot work together. Right. So at Achonye Clara, if you check the first 5 names, you see that there are 5 names: Achonye Clara, Folabi, Aguiyi, Ajipe, right? Now remove the Aguiyi and put Akim, Adeyi, Ajipe Benga, Afolabi, Ayobami, and Achonye Clara. Do you understand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove this one that is middle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove this one. All right. So this Sweet Experience, Tech Slick, and so like I was saying, it does not mean you cannot work with other people. It doesn't mean you cannot rapport with or any other person. So even if you have a group that you're studying with, you can continue with your group. You can even bring other people to your group. I will even be pleased if I hear that, oh, after we finish having our lesson here, all right, you guys went and maybe had a broader lesson. I'll be very happy, trust me. You understand? So please, and then about reading, please, everybody should read. A lot of the questions are being asked are things that have already been written over and over and over and over again. Okay, please let us learn how to read. All right. So now we are going to start today proper. All right. Like I said, please, if you have a question, write your question in the comments. Write your question in the comments, right? If you have a question, write your question in the comments. And if you have anything, if it is something you cannot write, just hold on. Once I am done explaining a particular part and tell you to ask your questions, you can ask your questions. All right. So let's have much more decorum. All right. So we have 30 minutes gone already. All right. So here you can see your assignments here. Okay. You can see your assignments here. And please, today's class is going to be a little bit technical because now you are entering into it. But before it goes into being that technical, let me take you through this again. All right, let me just brush you through this. All right, let me brush you through this. Now, I want to bring something to your notice. I saw some people designing something like this. I saw some people designing something like this. Now, when you design something like this, this here is different from what you're seeing on my screen here. You guys can see my screen, right? What you're seeing on my screen is different from when you have a switch. They are different things. What this one means is there is no filter. It goes here and it goes here. It goes up and it goes down. All right. Once that data comes, this one go here, that one go here. Now, there are data that are allowed to pass through here by default. Do you understand? Your first upload here has only one upload passing through, which is switch node. All right. Then here has only one upload passing through, which is if node. That is why you see them there too. Now, this is not a switch. This is not conditional. This is not conditional workflow that has to say, is it this or this? Is it that or that? You understand? No, it is not it. This workflow you're seeing here, that one went up, one went down, because there is no switch here, both data will pass the same time. Let me show you an example here. Let me show you an example. Now, if I fill my name, and fill my email and fill this is number, fill what WhatsApp name, and I upload the first one. Let me upload this here and upload this here and upload this here, right? Here, this is a picture. Here is a picture. Now let me upload this. I click on take my assignment. Now you see something. This one has started running, but there is data here which is on pause, so that when the upper one finish running, now you can see that it has come to start running from the bottom. Do you understand? Now, the reason it is like this is because there is a merge node here. Now, do not mind all these long things are added here. Don't mind them first. Understand my explanation for now, right? There is a merge node here. Okay, because of this merge node, the instruction in the merge node is combine the two things and keep everything. So because of this merge node, this guy will run and come here to wait, and now wait for this second one to run and reach there. If not, this one would have succeeded, sent an email before this one will now run again to send another email. Do you understand? And in case you are wondering, why does your email look, for those who submitted, this is the kind of email you receive. Let me open my email here. This is the kind of email you are going to receive, right? I will always tell you, turn off HTML, right? Now we are going to do all that. Okay, no, this is not this email. Where is my email? Okay. I always tell you, turn off HTML. Now my HTML is on. I used HTML. Now look at the email you're going to receive, right? Look at the email you receive. You can see how it is formatted. Now these are those uploads with an inscription on the upload, right? They are not difficult to do. Don't get overwhelmed. With an inscription on the upload. Now, this email I just received now has some kind of formatting, right? It is because of HTML. Remember, I told you guys, turn off HTML. Look at HTML here. I told you in your email, turn off HTML. Now, this is HTML code. This is what is formatting that email. This long thing here is what is formatting that email. We are going to get to this. So if you are getting a formatted email like this, right? You're getting a formatted email like this, where is it? Don't get bothered yet. We'll still reach there. But I'm just trying to explain to you the logic behind this. All right. This here is different from, all right? It's different from this. It's different from this. They are two different things. What this one means is that only one channel can go at a time. But what that one means is that both of them will flow. Both of them must flow unless there is an error somewhere. Do we understand? Okay, good. So let me use class captains as my communication channel. Please, when I said you understand, at least to show you that you are hearing me, the class captain, you can unmute yourself and say yes or no. Do you understand? Okay, so do you guys did you guys hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I said only the class captains. So let
Yes,
me
sir.
okay. So let me now use this. Let me explain this if node. You people have used if node, right? And I liked the fact that you experimented if node by yourself. All right. Unlike switch, I explained this last night. That is switch. Now, unlike switch, okay, I told you guys earlier on that if and switch, their basic difference is that if passes only true or false logic, yes or no. Are you going? Yes, I am going. Are you going? No, I am not going. Okay, that is if for you, only true logic. But switch passes. Are you going? Yes, I will go. Are you going? Maybe I will go. Are you going? No, I will not go. Are you going? I can go when I come back. Are you going? I might go if somebody allows me to go. Do you understand? So now switch has many outputs, while if has only two outputs. All right. Now their brother is also filter. I will give you assignment today with filter node. Their brother is filter. Now, filter only has one output. Okay? Filter does not have true or false. What filter does is, if out of everybody here in this class, I just need only OSAS assignment to be submitted to me, I will use filter. So that when everybody is submitting, it is only OSAS own that will only pass through. Do you understand? So filter removes every other input, incoming data, and keeps only the one you want it to keep. Let me open it for you. Do you understand? Now, to tell you that they all use the same thing, that is why they are brothers. You can see here, value 1 is equal to the same thing you see in switch. Now this one is what you see in if, right? Your if node. The same thing you see on your if node, you add condition and or, right? You can add another condition and or. Now, only the data that meets these conditions can pass through. Every other data is wiped away, just like your sins are wiped away. Do you understand? Take filter. Let me use this scene because we are all sinners. Let me use this scene now. Take filter as we are sinners. Only your good deed is allowed to pass. When you sin, it wipes away. All right, it doesn't pass through. Do you understand? So that is it. Filter allows only one data, only one output, not one data. However, only one output. Now, for that your laptop something, let me use the laptop something to explain here, right? For the laptop something, if I come here to say filter should allow only MacBook to pass, all right? If I say filter should allow laptop of interest should be HP laptops, okay? If I put HP laptops, I add another condition and say another laptop of interest again, okay, should be Lenovo. Okay. Now, it is going to allow this data. Is it going to allow it to pass? It allowed it to pass. Do you understand? But then if I come here to delete and say laptop of interest should be, or let me say 1 million budget. Let me use budget here so that it will be a lot clearer. Let's say budget should be 1 million. All right. Now, let us see, is it going to allow you to pass? Okay, sorry, here is number actually. It's greater than or equal to. Okay, now you can see that because the budget I have allowed to pass is 1 million. So anybody feeling more than 1 million, feeling less than 1 million is not going to pass. Now look at here. What can you see here? Oh, I'm supposed to increase my mouse. So sorry guys. My apologies. Now, what can you see here? Can you see where my mouse is? Class captain, can you see where my mouse is?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can see the discarded. Discarded.
Yeah.
Discarded. Why is it discarded? It is discarded because it did not meet the requirements. The incoming budget is 10,000 naira, right? But the condition for the budget is 1 million. You understand? So what this one does is this. You can see that no data, it has processed too, but there's no data that passed. Data did not pass through, but it processed. All right? Data, let me repeat, data did not pass through, but it processed. Now, the reason data did not pass through is because the data coming in does not meet the requirement. Okay. Now, let me go and edit that data. Let me edit it to make it be more than 1 million. Then you see now. You'll see if it is going to pass through or not. You can see that it has passed through. Here, it has passed through now. That is if for you. The one that does not meet your routing rules or your condition will not pass through. It will be discarded. Pata pata. It is not discarded and stored. It will be discarded. Pata pata. It will not pass through. So while you're building your your filter node, okay, if you want to build your filter node, all right, one way to build your filter node is this. If you want to store your data before the filter node, that means you have to put your spreadsheet before this filter node. All right, I'm going to use explanation to do this. We have actually passed this. You have to put it here so that this data will be stored while coming to your filter node. All right, that is only when you need them stored. But if you don't need them stored, that means your spreadsheet should be after your filter node. All right. So the difference here is this one allows only one to pass. Are you going? Yes, I'm going. It only allows you to pass. This one here is, are you going? Yes, I'm going, or no, I am not going. That is if for you. While switch is, are you going? Yes, I am going. No, I am not going. I may be going. I will go if they allow me. I will go if you send me transport. I will go if I will not go if you don't send me transport. I will go if there is light. I will not go if my phone falls into water. You understand? Do you understand my explanation? Is it still difficult? Okay. Now let me come here and ask, do you have any questions?
Yes, I have a question, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, sir. Everything you just explained is very, very clear. But the area where I'm still confused is, and you have not actually mentioned the function. During the if or filter node, there is this condition of or and. Please, what's the implication of or and what's the implication of and?
Okay. Another person? Any other question? Can switch take more than 3 data? So Priscilla, what do you mean by 3 data?
Okay, for example, the switch we did the other time, it took hot, cold, and warm. Can switch take more than 3? Like, how would I put it? More than
Output.
3. Yeah.
You mean output more than 3? Yes.
Output, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Switch can output even more. I think up to 10 or even more. All right, switch can output as much as 10. I will show you for you to see it. Any other question before I go back to start explaining? Okay, no other question. All right, good. Okay, so now here, their function, just like somebody asked, what are their function and how do you do this? How do you use this condition? Now, if you want to filter to say, I don't know if you guys have the knowledge of or the idea of Boolean logic, right? There's this Boolean something those days, secondary school, university, right? Even if you didn't do computer science or all those Boolean, even in math, right? Now, see how it works is this: if you add condition, if you want a condition to be added, and maybe you want or, what or means is, okay. Now, if I add laptop of interest, now see, it means that you want to use more than one parameter to filter or to score your logic or to route your logic. Okay, it means you want to use more than one parameter. For instance, if you want to score hot lead to be people that have filled for MacBook and that have their budget is over 1 million, those are to be your hot leads. That means what we can do here is we can use, now they're in two here, right? Number one is people, listen closely, people that have filled for MacBook or over 1 million are hot lead. Now it is different from people who have filled for MacBook and over 1 million. The difference is this: if you use or, let's say I want laptop of interest, all right, I want to use both the laptop the person filled and the type of and the budget rather. I want to use the budget and the laptop the person filled to score. Right now, look at this. If I use or here, it will pick any of these. Once it is more than 1 million, or once there is MacBook, it will flow. You understand? It will flow. Once any of this appears, once it is more than 1 million, or once there's MacBook. But if I use and means that there must be more than 1 million and there must be MacBook. Okay? Or means any of the two items or any of the two parameters. And means the two parameters must be present. Let me give you a solid instance. Look at by my right here where you're seeing kept. One item is kept, right? Now let me come here. Let me come here and write this. Let me reduce my budget here. Okay, let me reduce my budget here. Or yeah, let me increase my budget to 2 million. You know that what is coming in is 1 million, and I'm using and. Okay, sorry. What is coming in is 100, 10 million. Sorry, let me execute this. Now you can see that because of there is and, it has discarded one item. Because there is and, it has discarded one item. But the moment I change it to or, it will pick any of the two once it is present. Now, because of there is MacBook here and there is MacBook here, it will allow you to pass in the kept side. Can you see it? That's passed in the kept side. Right? If I change this to and, it will discard. All right? But if I change it to or, it will kept. So everybody say this. No, let's not do nursery rhyme today. All right, let's not do nursery rhyme. But then I hope you understand. Or means any of the two present, it will pass. And means the two must be present to pass. And of which I've shown it here. And this applies to every other, whether switch or if, all of them. The same thing here. You understand? The same thing here. Now, this is my switch here, for instance. This is my switch here. Let me put it here. Now you see something here, right? Now, let me put this. Sorry, this is if. It has passed through the false branch because there is and there is and. Do you understand? It has passed through the false branch. But let me delete this particular and here and make use of only two. It has passed through the false branch because this is and. Now, the data I sent is 10 million, but my budget for scoring is 20 million. Okay. Now, if I change this to be or, just like I did the last time, you see that it will pass through, it will come to the true branch. Do you understand? And goes to false branch, or comes to true branch. This applies to a lot of other business scenarios you want to use. A lot of other things you want to do, not just this. Do you understand? Okay. All right. So we can now move to the next item, right? Awesome. Thank you. And what we have today, Osas, are you there?
Hello.
Hello, yes, sir, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
So you may come again to explain.
Exactly. Justice is like you're saying you want to eat rice or beans, not that you want. Yes, very good example. That all there means I want to eat rice or beans. So if I see rice, I will eat. If I see beans, I will eat. I want to eat pizza for people who are tush here. I want to eat pizza or fried rice, which means if you see pizza, you will eat. If you see fried rice, you will eat. It is different when you say, I want to eat pizza and fried rice, which means the pizza and fried rice must be together. Yeah. Yes. See, if node, filter node, and switch node, they are three siblings. There are three siblings. I explained this from day one. There are three siblings, okay? What this can do, this other one can do it. However, their output is the difference and their scoring. I did not switch to if so easily. I only added if to explain. All right? I only added if to explain. And at this class today, I should not be teaching you how to add node. You simply click here, or you simply click on the plus, this plus here. Look at here, you simply click here to add your if. Any node you want to add, you simply go there to add. You search the node. You don't have to scroll all through. Let's say you want to add Apify. You search for Apify. Let's say you want to add AI agent. You search for AI agents, right? Let's say you want to add code node. You search for code node. All right. So at this point, I shouldn't be still showing people how to add nodes now. Abby, is it? Am I supposed to show you again? But I understand that we can forget sometimes. It's natural, right? So now let's go to what we have today. Today, I will want us in our activity today, we are going to handle data manipulation, HTTP requests, webhook, and data manipulation. Now, please buckle up, everybody. Buckle up, everybody. Okay, buckle up. I wanted to take this code node to be later on, right? Because some people here is going to look like they are doing magic. Do you understand? Now, there are different ways you can use your code node. There are different ways you can use your HTTP node. There are different ways you can use your webhook, right? However, I'm just going to introduce webhook and code node today. I wouldn't want to show them in details right now because, trust me, a lot of you are going to get confused and you start feeling like, oh, this is too much for you. You'll be overwhelmed. All right. So let us get to an extent. Maybe even when we start the AI agent, when it will be sweeting you, I will bring you back to the code node. All right. Let me not start now and discourage somebody. All right. With the webhook too. So that will now make us, what we'll do today is your HTTP. We'll do the HTTP, we'll do 3 of them actually. Now, how do you use code nodes? How do you do data manipulation? Now, by code nodes, just so whenever I'm saying code node, I'm talking about data manipulation, right? How do you do it? How do you how do you even do it without writing or without? How do you do it without writing code? Do you understand? How do you do it without writing code? We are going to do a very simple exercise now. Okay, now we are going to use the code node. All right, so everybody, I need you to quickly register on RSS feed. Quickly register on RSS feed. It's just what I need us to use and practice, right? RSS feed, RSS feed.app. Register on RSS feed.app. Everybody register on RSS feed.app so that we use it to run the code node. For the HTTP request node, please, I have not gotten to open router yet. Leave open routers. Don't be, going. I told you to register on open router. Leave it first. We've not reached that part. Leave them for now.
That's what. So please, you say RSS feed dot what?
Look at your comment. RSS.app. RSS.app.
Okay.
So,
RSS.app. Quickly register on RSS.app. All right. Do that sharp. Please mute your mic. I need everybody, and not some people. I need everyone register on RSS.app. 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 Look at it here. RSS.app. I want to use it to demonstrate the code node. All right, RSS.app. Mine has what is it? I want to quickly copy something. I want to copy an RSS link. Yeah, I want to copy an RSS link here. Have you registered on RSS.app?
So the register you mean, is it like they say create or sign up? Which one?
Okay, hold on. If you haven't registered on RSS, use this. Copy this link I'm sending you here. Copy it.
Say we should copy this link. How am I going to copy this? Okay.
If you can't copy it, if you're using your phone, you can highlight it and send it to your email. Then you use your laptop and pick it, right?
Okay. Say highlight it or click on my email.
Okay, so now what I needed you to do on RSS is this. I needed you to, when you sign in on RSS, you go to maybe any news website or any platform that gives feed, right? News website. You use it to pick generate an RSS link, maybe BBC. You go there, generate an RSS feed code. But if BBC, let me check if BBC has BBC. If they have RSS feed. Okay, they don't have. I don't know why websites are removing this thing now. They don't have RSS feeds anymore. Okay, did they have? No, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the link. But then just copy that code. Sorry, copy that link, right? Now let me go here. Now what I want to use that link to do is very simple.
I think
Right?
CNN has RSS feed.
Okay. CNN has RSS.
CNN, I think CNN has.
Okay, if they have RSS feed, you can pick it. You can pick it. Now, mind you, that is not core part of this training, right? But we need to, sometimes we need to go to somewhere, get something from somewhere, and use and run our training.
So I have one here, but I don't know How do you pick that code? Is it the link you just copy, the URL?
Yes, this.
The boss, BBC has the RLS key.
If they have RSS feed like this, you can copy it. Then
Let
now
me show
let's
you the
go
one
to.
I have. I don't hope it's the correct thing, sure. But it's all
Okay, this is MBA related, MBA.com, right? Something like that. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, that should. Okay, let's see if it's going to work, right? Let's see if it's going to work. Now let's go to our N8N.com. Now for this workflow, let us use scheduled trigger. Search for your scheduled trigger. Let's use scheduled trigger on this workflow, right? Now I've collected scheduled trigger. Okay. Search for scheduled trigger. You collect it now. Then I'm going to add RSS. I'll search for RSS feed. Okay. Okay. Let me use RSS feed here. Okay. Now, inside this RSS feed, open it. You see URL. I've shown you how to open code node, how to open nodes, right? You open, I close, open, close. Now that link you copied, paste it inside here. This URL and execute. Now, when you execute, you see that you have 35 news items. Some are you see 35 news items right now. Let me go to the table. Look at your table. Everything is on your screen. Look at your table. All right. Now, if I go to the table, I'll be able to scroll through those news one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Right. Now, scrolling through one after the other, that is not what we came here to do. Abi? Now, but then imagine I want to get news for today only. This code node, we also use it in another way for you to see. Imagine I want to get news for today only. How do I make sure that only the news for today pass through? Do I have to use if? Let's try. Do I have to use if? Do I have to use the if node? If we use the if node, it may go, but it may not be stable. Do you understand? Now, if I use the publish date to contain public dates to contain so date, okay, it is not going to be what's it called? It's not going to be stable because it will only be passing the date on the 4th. What if we go more than 4th? Do you understand? That defeats if here, although we can also write code in the if, or sorry, not in the if, rather in our edit field. Now here, what do we now need to do? We need to filter to make sure that only current day's news pass through. That is one. Number two, let me show you another thing here. Another thing we need to do here is to ensure that maybe you want to go and post this on, you want to run a social media platform. You can see categories and all this, right? The date. Now this is 4th, right? Okay, good. I'm going to scroll through to see if there is anyone that is not 4th. All right. Now you are going to see that it's just clustered. But now, let us assume you have BBC, you have CNN, all right? By just saying it, let me add CNN. By saying it, let me add that of CNN and say, okay, maybe we have BBC and we have CNN. Okay, good. If I want to post this or if I want to send this to my email that, okay, this workflow should be giving me news updates every day or should be posted to my social media platform, how does it ensure that only today's news is posted? These are now instances where you need data manipulation. It's one of the instances you need data manipulation, all right? Because here you hardly find, even if you tell your AI, which I have tried, If you tell AI to rewrite it for you and put the news source to the news, that is to say, source, BBC, for instance, sometimes when you're rewriting a news or you're reposting someone's work, you need to actually give them reference. Now, your AI will most likely always skip that referencing to say source BBC, source CNN. But if you want it to be very stable, okay, that is where your code node most times come into play. In things like this, it will ensure that you have more stable outputs. All right. This is one of the instances we will use code node. After using code node here, I'm going to also use code node again on that your form that we filled before. I'm going to use code node to also demonstrate an instance on that form, right? Now, let us use code node. Let's add code node. I told you that I was going to show you how to generate your code, right? Now,
So please, can you drop the CNN RSS link on the chat?
okay, my own this thing has expired, so I think I'm using someone's own, but it's been stable. So let me look for it, and I didn't really add it. Okay, yeah, it's here. My personal one has expired. Now this is CNN, right? You're good. This is CNN. Now, which one did I even add before? Am I even sure I added the BBC? But while I'm doing that, can some what I actually added initially was a New York Times, so not even CNN, not even BBC. It was New York Times. So while I'm doing that, can someone tell me something that is wrong in my workflow? Someone tell me something that is wrong. Chinyere, you said, okay, Chinyere, don't bother about registering. Just use the two links, right? Use this link and this link. Okay, use this link. These two links I just posted now. Use them. Okay, add. Now, do not use RSS feed trigger. There is RSS feed trigger and there is RSS feed read. Read feed. Use read feed because why we are not going to use triggers because we already have a scheduled trigger here. Okay, so we're going to use RSS read. Okay, so here, let me put, okay, this is New York Times, right? And this one here is what? New York Times. Okay, let me copy the CNN. Let me copy the CNN here. One should be CNN. Now, what we have been doing wrongly in this, I intentionally left to show everybody, right? So that the information will not be much. What we have been doing wrongly is to rename each of our nodes. Every node you're building is going to be renamed. So from today, from right now, we will rename them accordingly. All right. So here, what do we rename this? Which of the news places? That this is CNN. We are going to rename this to CNN feed.
So we haven't got the CNN.
I've pasted it.
Oh, thank you.
This is NY times feed. Do you understand? So rename your nodes accordingly so that when you come back, you'll be able to remember that, oh, this is what. Don't ever think that when you come back, you will remember everything. Sometimes you have a complicated workflow that you forget. Now, how do we now use this code node? How do we use this code node to generate something? All right. How do we use the code node to generate? All right. Let me process this so that data will come in. Remember, I will always tell you, now CNN has 69 news items, but out of these 69 news items, is it all of them that can even pass through the code node? It might not be all of them. All right. Now, here, we'll use this code node to do first line of filter. You can actually use your code node to do your filter. We'll do first line or filter. Look at this. Inside this code node, open the code node. Inside the code node, there is an existing code. Ignore it. You don't need it. Now, for you to generate code, all right, this is why I told you that we are going to use AI. I'll show you how to use AI to generate your code. For you to generate code, what would you do? What do you do? Everybody here have ChatGPT, Abby. You all have ChatGPT. Now you will copy this entire workflow. Are you seeing how I'm highlighting it? You will highlight it all from beginning to that particular node you want to do. I can leave this one out, but to this particular one,
Your screen is no longer on display. Okay,
my screen, how about now?
it's back.
Okay. Now, since I want to generate this code node, to ensure ChatGPT understands, or Claude or Google or Grok or any of the AI I want to use to generate my code, to ensure they understand what I want to do, I will copy it down. I will copy this. Do you understand? I will copy it. And when I copy, or I will right click and copy two nodes, or I will highlight and do Control C. It will show you copied. To show you copied. All right. And then I will go to my ChatGPT. Where is my ChatGPT? Where is ChatGPT? Okay, I can go there and I'll tell ChatGPT. Now I'll tell ChatGPT simple thing that generates JSON code for this below. All right. Now, one, filter only current days news. Do you understand? Two, ensure that news source is attached to each news article. All right, news source is attached to news article. News source is attached to news article. Now let's leave it at these two only. Then down, okay, then I'll tell it make it ready to copy code. Then I will now paste that in I have copied.
Please,
Now,
can you share this prompt on this chat?
the prompt might not be 100% correct. I'm just doing it. You understand? But this is just to tell you that you should always do like be flexible. Yeah, I've shared it. Now that thing I have copied, I copied from there. I pasted it. Now your workflow. Look at it here. So ChatGPT is going to understand where that code. Sometimes it can be confused. When it is confused, do not panic. Do what? Redirect it. Do you understand? Now it has generated a code. I told you JSON, right? Instead of JavaScript code. Sorry. Instead of JavaScript, right? Let me use JavaScript instead. JavaScript. Let me use JavaScript because it's okay. Good. Now it's going to generate this code. Sometimes after it's finished generating, it's giving me a long code. But sometimes after it's finished generating, it might be wrong. Do you get? If it is wrong, don't panic. What do you have to do if it is wrong? You still come back, copy that error code, right? And feed it again. So let us do this. Let me open the code node here. Why are you hanging? I will now highlight, or I will delete everything inside the code node and paste the new code. Then I will execute. A lot of time it will say error, or it will not even output anything, right? Now, it did not output anything. What do I have to do? You have to start panicking. Actually, don't have to start panicking. Do you understand? I'll carry it, take it back to ChatGPT, and still tell it that. I'll paste and say no output, right? I'll tell it that no output was gotten. All right, was gotten. So please correct. Now, the reason you must have to do this, copy this code every time so that it's going to understand. Now you can see you got no output because of two reasons, CNN, blah, blah, blah. You get. That's why you must always have to copy it. Now, for some of us who are not very good at this coding, we might have to do this over and over again. Do you understand? I think I made a mistake here. I think I made a mistake. Okay, this is CNN. Okay, so no output again was gotten. So what might be the issue? Do you have to give up? No, we don't have to give up. Maybe we'll not have to change the we'll not have to change the, but preferably I would have liked Grok. Grok would have been better at this. So we'll not have to change the prompt again and tell it compare these strings only using I use this it several times to prove it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels you are too fast though. Like I can't even follow up before I'll copy, come back and all this. Maybe I don't know if I should just focus on watching the video and then go back later and start doing it, or I have to work with you as you are doing the practice. I don't know if I'm the only one here.
Please, who is talking?
It's Innocent.
I think that's too. He gave the options. Those options he gave to prove the code is working. Something.
Yeah. I what I want you to do is this. What I want you to do is to rewrite the code so that I wouldn't have to go and do manual writing. Understand? I've actually used the code, this code before that on ChatGPT. If it was Grok will understand it fast. So what Grok does is Grok browses through N8N community, browses through other areas, and okay, so it has outputted something now, right? So it is only going to output. Why is this guy crying? Now it is outputting only 16 items. Do you understand? It is now outputting 16 items, which means out of these 69 items, only 16 items are today's news. Do you understand the logic, please? I'm going to go back to explain it. And we gave it an instruction to attach the content snippet is empty right now. All these content snippets here are empty, but then let's leave them. The titles are correct. The titles came in, the link came in. Now, this is the thing, right? This is the thing here. For the sake of this class, not to make it okay, you use Copilot. Yeah, Copilot is supposed to be better at coding than ChatGPT. Grok is better at ChatGPT. Claude is their baba. So if you use Copilot is supposed to even give you better outputs. All right. So for people who say I was fast, let me slow down. This is what I did. Okay. Now I put that RSS feed link here. All right. Execute it. I always tell you execute. Before you go to the next code, always execute. Before you go to the next code or the next, always execute before you go to the next node. That is one. Okay. Now, when you execute, the next node will know what you're talking about, right? Where you have to now map from. Okay. But then we have a lot of items coming in from this feed here. 69 items. Out of these 69 items, RSS feed can pull yesterday's news, can pull 2 days ago news, can pull even last week's news. But we now want the code node, we want to use the code nodes to manipulate that data, to filter and add something to us, right? Now, all those things we want to add, that is where we will now copy this entire workflow like this. Another question is, why do you have to copy the workflow to give to your Copilot or to your ChatGPT or to your Grok? Please, the person that said his Copilot gave him response, please paste the code the Copilot gave to you in the comments. Let me copy it and test. Right, please paste. Now, you have to copy it to go and feed your AI, because your AI will have a better understanding. Now, trust me, if I had it been I came here, had it been I came to ChatGPT and said, ChatGPT, please write so code for me, brother. Oh, trust me, it might take me up to 10 times before ChatGPT will understand what I am saying. But the real deal is this: you have to copy this workflow and go and feed it ChatGPT or feed it your Copilot, so that they will understand what the data you want to manipulate. They will understand the kind of data they need to output. They will understand what your workflow is all about, and they will also understand the platform that it is N8N that you're working on. Is that clear now? Now, what did I ask ChatGPT to do? Now, it is not cast on stone. It is not cast on stone at all. It is very flexible. All right. It depends on your flexibility. For the sake of this training, I said the code node should output only today's news, only current day's news, and ensure that news source is attached. However, there are other things I need to add, but to make it not be very complicated, let's just stick to only these two, right? And then ChatGPT generated the first one, and I executed. I always tell you, I treat. It does not matter, so long as you're building it. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter how many times it does not give you outputs. What matters is, even if you're doing it 50 times, let it finally give you a stable output to work with. Are we understanding it? Now, I came here, I copied the code ChatGPT gave me, and it did not output anything, which means the code was wrong. All right. I went back to ChatGPT. and told ChatGPT, I still copied it again and went back to ChatGPT. Now, the reason I had to copy it again is so that ChatGPT will understand that there is an already existing code inside this node. There is an already existing code inside this node. That's why I took it back. That's why I had to copy it again and fed it to ChatGPT. Right. Now, ChatGPT understood that there was an already existing code. Now, it analyzed the code inside here. You can see I told it no output was gotten. Please correct. Now, what did it do? It analyzed it. It analyzed it and said you got no output because two reissues. You understand? CNN items often do not have today's date in pub date the way you expect them. It analyzed it and gave us the reason for that issue. After it gave us, I still copied the updated code and put it. Still did not give us anything. I still came back and told it that it did not give any outputs. He still analyzed it again and now corrected it, which now worked. Abi? Now, what is the important thing there? What is the important lesson to learn? There is, you don't need to know how to code. All right? You don't need to know how to code. But whenever you need something to be done, something that your nodes cannot do, something you know that your filter cannot do, your filter node cannot do. It's not like your filter node cannot do it. If your filter node does it, it might mess it up. And again, you might be having static dates, in the sense that if you put your filter node now to use only today's dates, to use 4th of February, do you understand? If you put it to use 4th of February, trust me, it's going to be looking for 4th of February only. So a lot of times, all right, when you use your filter, your if node to do some filtering, they may not be stable. You'll now use your code node to support it. Do you understand? Now, this code node, because of that code, it has filtered and brought out 16 items, which means that 16 items out of all these items are today's news. So I don't have to bug myself with a lot of news items. All right. I don't have to bug myself with a whole lot of them. Now, what else do I need to do? What do I need to do? However, I skipped something. I should have added edit field here, right? To identify the news headline, the snippet, and all those. And if you check in this place here, it's technically skipped some things, content snippets, it skips them, right? Now here, another thing I have to check is custom field. Okay, no, let's use this. Let's leave custom field. Simplify. Okay, let's leave this ones. Okay. Now here now, if I want to send it to anywhere, I can send it to anywhere I want to send it to. All right. I can now send it to anywhere I want it to be sent. But then to go further, I need to do one particular thing. I need to remove duplicates. All right, let me see if this is going to flow. Although this was done specifically with CNN, but let me see if it is going to flow. Let me see if it's going to flow. Okay, 30 items. It went through. Okay. Now, if I bring this together here, now if I want to send all of them to the same target or the same destination, there is something I have to do. I have to remove duplicates. In case anyone comes in a duplicate, what do I have to do? I have to come here to remove the duplicate. I have to add duplicate. Mind you, look very clearly, closely. There are 3 duplicate actions here. Number 1 is items repeated within the current inputs. Okay. Now, what it means is those items that appear twice when it is executing, it will remove any duplicate in them. That is what this first one means. Those items that appear twice while executing, it will remove them. Then the next one, remove items processed in previous executions. What it will do is it will wipe out every item that has run today. In this whole execution from beginning to that part, it will remove everything that has appeared there before. We are going to do it now for you to see. I will do it now for you to see, right? So that is where you need your duplicate. So if you have a kind of data source that might be duplicate items, what will you do? You remove the duplicate. Duplicate also is important when you're pulling in from spreadsheet system, you're pulling in from a database for it to wipe out some duplicates. Okay, so that maybe you're sending an email, maybe you want to send email to somebody, or you want to bust email to maybe 100 clients at the same time. Then there might be duplicates. Okay, but when you use remove duplicate, it will now remove those ones that appear twice. It will remove all of them and allow you to use only one. Or you want to store data coming in from script data or any source like that have to do with a lot of data. You will now do what? Put remove duplicate so that they will remove duplicates, any data coming in twice or 3 times. So let me use remove items repeated within current input. That's what I will remove. All right. Now I will compare all fields. Okay, I will use the all fields. So I will just leave it as it is. I'll just leave it as it is. Okay, then let me execute and see. Okay, now I executed and it left 16 items, which means 16 items, none of them are duplicated. In these 16 items, none of them are duplicated, right? So let me now push this to here and let it flow. Yeah, good. Which means none of these items are duplicated. It allowed all of them to flow through. Okay, but then imagine you want to post this to somewhere, or you want to post this and you put your schedule trigger to run every 3 hours. Do you know that it is going to pick the same news items to be posting or to be sending to you? All right. Now, this is now where this is now where you will need your this is now where you will need your other duplicate node to come in. You now need your other duplicate node. Now, what the other duplicate node does for you is out of these 46 items, all right, let me practice it for you to see. Remove items processed in previous execution. Now, where do I need to dedupe? Where do I need to remove, right? Let me use title. Let me use the titles. Okay, good. I've used title. Now let me process this. It kept 16 items. Abi, let me process this again. It did not keep any items. The reason it kept 16 items is because I chose from only one code node. Do you understand? I chose from here. Now, for both of them to pass through, both of them I have to merge both of them, but I don't want to merge both of them, right? For the sake of this class. So let me disconnect this. Now you can see here clearly, that 46 items came, 0 items passed. Do you know why? Because these 46 items have gotten to here before. So it doesn't allow them to pass. Do you understand? Let me process this again and show you. Let me process this. It is not allowing any item to pass because those items, all of them has gotten there before. So it has seen them that they have run through this workflow before. So it is not going to allow them to pass again. All right. So these are the different duplicates, the different function of this duplicate, which you will be needing in your workflow, whether now or later. All right. So let me remove this. And for this code node, we are now going to use it again. That's our form system. I'm going to use it in our form system for us to see how the code node works. And after that, okay, before I go into that, let me take questions before I go into that. Then I'll go into that, then we'll now know if, okay, yeah, thank you for this. I would copy this and try. So any questions? Does anybody have questions? Yeah, Justice, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not really clear about the whole duplicate thing, so I can't really. My own it didn't run. Nothing came when I did. I think it just said kept 0, nothing. So probably I don't know. Probably if I missed something.
Okay, Isaac Kobina.
Yeah, thank you. How did you take your code from N8N to the chat GPT? Where did you paste it? I missed where you pasted it. After you have copied, before you generated your question, where exactly did you paste it?
Okay, I'm going to answer that. Yeah, another person.
I got lost at the duplicate node.
Okay. Another person. Saida said it would be great if you get us. Code. Yeah, Williams, go ahead.
I have seen the duplication of nodes here. Yeah. The other one you renamed as CNN, and while the other one is my time feed. So, what is the duty, the function of my time feed? Since the news you were trying to process came through CNN feed alone.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to answer you. Saida Bempa said, I think it would be great if you get us a step-by-step video after the lecture without interruption. So the thing is this, right? That's why I'm doing it like this, so that nobody is going to interrupt. Okay, I appreciate that suggestion that came earlier on. So that nobody is going to interrupt. Then when you're watching it, you can watch where I am explaining. when you get to that interruption of these questions, you can skip. I'm also uploading it on YouTube for you. I'm not publishing it, like I'm not putting hashtag to discover it. I'm just making it so that when I share the link, you can go to the video, watch it on YouTube so that you can be able to skip and know where to skip and know where to skip, right? Yeah, Deborah Fab, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My question is that the RSS.app, like, is it a paid platform that can get news?
Yeah, so the RSS feed. Yeah, let me answer the ones. Chinyere, I've seen your question. I'm going to go back. All right. Now, the RSS feed is an external platform where you use to generate RSS links or URL. Okay. Yes, it is a paid platform, but I think they will give you 1 month free or a certain number of they'll give you a certain number of executions every month for free of charge. Yeah. So Peter Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, quick one. It's the same way you copied your CNN feed stroke the code in JavaScript. It's the same way you're going to copy your New York Time feed also and give it to Chat GPT or Grok.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's the same way.
Thank you.
That is when you're allowing them pass different lines.
News.
Or
All right.
if they are passing together, then you just have to copy it all as one.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Nicholas, go ahead.
Boss, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sorry, I was actually using phone to watch it while I was using my laptop to try to read along with you. But the thing is, when you send the URL code, I was trying to type it. When I typed it, it was telling me error state of 404, which means something is wrong. The code is not correct until I use my phone. I have to copy it directly from the message you pasted. And when I did it, it worked. Why is it doing like that? Why is it not working as I type it manually?
Why is it not working? Sorry.
I tried to type the code direct from we pasted it here. So I typed it. I was using the phone to follow along while I tried to read along with my PC separate. So when I tried to type the code in, it was giving me error code. But
when you tried to type, the JavaScript code.
Thank you, but it was not following. It wasn't responding until I had to copy it on my phone.
Yes, you have to copy and paste, because when you are typing, you might be losing some of the syntax.
Wow. Okay. So I was left way behind. That led me to confusion.
Yeah, no problem. You can use the video later on, right? If I'm going to try to explain again, but if you still don't get it, you can use the video later on. Okay, then you ask questions in a DM so that we can at least finish on time today. It is already 8:47. Yeah, go ahead, Deborah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. In our workflow today, I noticed that the first RSS feed we generate a particular news link, and the second one generates New York link. Then I noticed you are not connecting the other nodes to the second one. You're only using one.
Yes, I'm using one because for now I want to use one. If you want to use them later on, you can use. Do you understand? For now, I want to just use one. Do you get?
Okay,
yeah, for now, I just want to use one.
Okay,
yeah. Okay, so let me go back. Now, this is the explanation here, right? This explanation. And before this explanation, let me show you this. You see this mark you're seeing here? See this mark that you're seeing here? This mark, and the color changed to slightly yellow. For every node you make any amendment, you see this color. And please always read so that whenever you see an error, you will know that there is an error. Like I had a couple of persons coming to me, I was like, look at the error there. There is an error showing you there. What does the error say? But then I say, oh, thank you, thank you. But come on, you didn't have to come to start asking when you should have just read that error. The error is telling you so thing does not work, and there is a red line is marking for you, which means map and put, right? You skipped it to be asking questions, right? Now these are the basic things. As an automation specialist or as an intending automation specialist, you have to be you have to pay very, very close attention to details every time. If you don't pay close attention to detail, your workflow might not run. It might run during the test, but in production, it might not run. Do you understand? So you must, I mean must, I'm not saying maybe, you must be somebody that pays close attention to detail. You must be very, very, very attentive to detail. Even the least line, the smallest line it is writing to you there, read it, know what it is talking about. I've not said this before, so I forgive those, but subsequently, if you have an error that is self-explanatory and you come to me, I will just read your message and I will leave it. Now, when I read your message and I leave it, just know that there is something looking at you there to do. Do you understand? So your questions to me now is, how do I do this particular error that says this? But if you just tell me your node is not processing, whereby there is and I will always tell you, open your node and screenshot to me. When you screenshot it and I see there is an error that is self-explanatory, I will not respond to you. All right, because the level you are now, you have passed that preliminary stages of, oh, drag it here, put it here, drag it here. The level you are now, you should be able to drag and put by yourself with your assignments that you have done, right? Good. Now, let me explain this again. This RSS feed, now, forget I added one line here. Okay, forget I added this line. Let me hide it. Good. Let me hide that line. Forget I added that line. Now, this RSS feed here, let me assume it is one line. See? It catches data from the CNN. All right? It is a node. Remember I told you guys that there are basic nodes. Now, RSS feed is not necessarily a basic node. It is not necessarily a basic node. Now, there are things you want to do on N8N, okay? But because you want to do them, you first of all check if they exist or not. For instance, what if I don't use Google and I want to link my Yahoo Mail, for instance? I will come here and check. If I don't use Gmail and I want to link my Yahoo Mail, I'll come here and check Yahoo. Is Yahoo Mail here? Yahoo Mail is not here. Then how else can I link my email? I will now search for email. All right. I will now see send email, which means I will use another type of email to do it. Abi, I will now use the SMTP method. Abi, don't do this. Oh, this is not part of it. I'm just using it to explain to you. Whatsoever node you want to use, they must not be part of the nodes I have told you. I told you that N8N has basic nodes between 17 to 22 basic nodes. All right. That does not mean they do not have other nodes. They have over 1,000 nodes, but there are the core basic nodes. So this RSS feed is not a basic node, but it is a functional node that you can use because you want to use it. It is not every time you use RSS, but you might use code node 70% of the time, whereby you might not even ever use RSS feed node at all. You see why it is not a code node? You might use duplicate node 40% of the time, but you might not ever use RSS feed. This is why this is a core node. All right. So get it now. So anything you want to do at all, first of all, search on N8N. Does the node exist? Yes, you use it. But if the node does not exist, you use your HTTP request. Okay. Now, let me now go into this proper. All right. This RSS feed, there is a specialized URL for RSS feeds, which before now used to be provided by websites. Before now, it used to be provided by websites, but now I see that a lot of websites have removed that RSS feed feature on websites. I know CNN, BBC, all these top news platform, even some top blogs used to have RSS feed that you just go there, click on it, you see the feed code, the feed URL, you copy it. All right. Now, this RSS feed, what does it do? It catches every news available on that particular, or every article available on that particular platform that uses RSS to push out their updates, right? Now, what does Code Node do? Code Node does whatsoever you want it to do. Do you understand? Code Node does whatsoever you want it to do. Code Node doesn't do one thing, it doesn't do two things, it doesn't do 10 things, it doesn't do 20 things, but it does whatsoever you want it to do. All right. So for the fact that I use Code Node here does not mean that you only use Code Node in RSS feed. No, you use Code Node to manipulate your data. All right. Now, going ahead, all right, for me to use Code Node, now I do not code, you do not code. You're not good at JavaScript codes, right? There are people here who are good at them. But let's say I'm not good and you're not good and everybody here is not good. Does it mean that we will never use Code Node? No, we will use Code Node because I have promised you that I will show you how to use the Code Node, right? Now, what you have to do is you highlight, when you highlight from where to where you want it to, you want your ChatGPT or your Grok or your Copilot to use the code. You come here to highlight. Do not just highlight only the code node, please. Listen, don't highlight only this code node. If you highlight only this code node, your AI may not really understand you. Yeah, but then you have sent data to it, quite all right. That is true, but it's always preferable to highlight from the node before. Highlight it, Control C, just copy it, Control C, then you go to your AI. Here, your AI, what you just do, you paste. You paste, look at paste here, or you Control V. Control V, it has appeared. Do you get? For the people asking, right? Let me do it again. I delete. I go back. Let's rhyme like the nursery school. Please unmute your mic, everybody. Let's do nursery school rhyming now, so you understand. Repeat after me. I highlight.
I highlight.
Repeat after me again. I highlight.
I highlight.
Don't be shy, you. All these big men are big women. You people are shy. I'm taking you back to primary nursery school today. Yeah. 1, 2, go. I highlight.
I highlight.
I highlight again.
I highlight.
I highlight.
I Control C.
I Control C.
All this voice,
I go to the AI and I Control V.
I go to
go to
the
AI.
Okay, welcome to primary one. You have graduated from nursery school. Welcome to primary one.
A good exercise, so I will not sleep. It's a good exercise, so I will not sleep.
If you sleep, don't ask me question. I'll collect file from you. Yeah, so that is it, right? You just highlight, you copy, you go and paste. Highlight, all right? Now, like I said, you must highlight from the node before that particular node. Now, this is not only the time that you will use ChatGPT to generate something. Even in your prompting, you also do the same thing. When we go to using AI, we've not started using AI yet. Remember, I told you people that we must learn to build a non-AI workflows first before we start entering AI workflows. Abby? So this is it. You highlight, you control. Now, on your ChatGPT, it doesn't matter if you have pasted, all right? What matters is you have pasted, then now tell your AI what you want. You can tell it to generate, let's say, generate a JavaScript code for the code node in N8N that
Okay, bulleters.
please mute your mic. Oh, who is that? Do you understand? You tell it the things. Like I said earlier on, it is not cast on stone, it is flexible. The fact that I use this prompt now does not mean I'll use it again. Generate JavaScript code for the code node. You understand? For the code node, JavaScript code for the code node, that what and what do you want it to do? Number one, screens out, okay, output, let me say output only the current day's news. All right. Number two, what else do you want it to do? Depending on what you want it to do, you tell it the things to do for you. Do you understand? Now, number two, another thing I want it to do, let me say, randomizes the news articles outputted, right? Is there anything like outputted? Yes, there is. Okay. Now, what this one does is it randomizes it in case you're using limiter. For instance, if you're using limiter, randomization comes in. Now, this is to show you that it is not just one thing you want your code node to do. Now, JavaScript, to the best of my understanding, it's quite broad. All right, it's quite broad for people who know how to code here. This, if I'm wrong, you tell me that I'm wrong. It's quite broad that you can use it to do a lot of things. Now, when it gives you this code node, all right, now it has generated this code here because I gave it earlier instruction in my first instruction. Make it ready to copy. Ready to copy, right? But then sometimes if you don't tell it that make it ready to copy, it will not generate it inside like this for you. It will just generate it on the body, which most times when you copy and paste, it will fail. Right? So now it is ready to copy. I'll just click on this copy code. I just click on the copy code and go to my N8N, go to the code node, open it, and I do what? I delete whatsoever code that was there. I paste it. In case it fails, now you can see it has outputted correctly, right? In case it fails, what do? You try again. If it fails, what do? You come here, you highlight all of them again and tell it that this is the error. Sometimes N8N will give you an error code here or error notice. Now, let me give you for instance. Let me show you for instance. Let me delete this. Let me delete this and delete some things here. Let me also show you how to do that. Thank you. You can see that it has failed, right? Now, if I want ChatGPT to correct this for me, what do I have to do? I will have to copy this code node again. I will take it. You must copy it so that it will know the current code that is there in case you made a mistake. You paste it. Then I will come below and say, remember, you have to hold your shift and enter. You hold your shift. When you want to type inside ChatGPT, you hold shift and click on enter. If you click on enter, that what is submitted will go. So you have shift and enter to create space. Then I will now come here and copy this error code. I'll copy this error code and take it and tell it error. I paste. Do you understand what I did? Now, by reading this, ChatGPT will understand the code that is inside that error, that code node, and know that this is the error, this is the actual error note that N8N told me. Then it will correct this code. You understand? Now let us see. Now it has told me your error is from broken lines in the code you pasted. Do you understand? It will now correct them. Let's go and paste and see if it corrected them correctly. Now here, normal thing, just Control A, you highlight all and you paste. Ensure to delete everything inside there. It is not correct, Abby. Good. That is why you have to always copy to go. All right. Now for duplicate, let me delete duplicate again. Duplicate are in two ways. Duplicate are in two ways. Let me use myself. My name is Chibweze. Someone here used to call me. If you laugh, I will stretch my hand and knock your head. If you omit your mic to laugh, I will knock your head through the laptop. Thank you very much. God bless. Someone here used to call me a bald-headed man. Abi? Now, let us say in your workflow, there is a data passing. Chibweze is a bald-headed man. Do you understand? And it's coming twice. Chibweze is a bald-headed man. Chibweze is a bald-headed man. What your duplicates will do is to remove one of that one saying Chibweze is a bald-headed man. It will remove one. Only one. That is what it will remove. And which one does that? The one that does it is this guy here. Now let me search duplicate. The one that does it is this. When you click on duplicate, you will see three options. Number one is remove items repeated within current input. That is the one that will remove one and leave one, or remove 10 and leave one. Even if there are 20, it will remove those ones and leave only one. Now, that is one we are going to select. Remove items repeated within current input. Okay? Compare all fields. We leave it at all fields now, and I execute, right? That is it. Now, it imputed 16 items, which means on these 16 items that the code nodes allowed to pass, there were no duplicates. All right. Then the other one. Now imagine your workflow. Okay, we are going to do it here now. We are going to do it here. We're going to do now this schedule trigger. I'm going to change it to 1 minute and then send it to my email. Okay, good. Now imagine that here, I want to be getting news every 3 hours. I want to be posting news from the RSS feed to my Facebook every 3 hours. And there are news items that come, maybe RSS feed picked it by 7 o'clock, or we also pick it by 9 o'clock. We also pick that same news by 12 o'clock. It means that it's those same set of news that will be posted, right? And you'll be like, I the only one news that these guys are posting. Now, what the next duplicate node does is this. The next duplicate node being remove items processed in previous executions. What it does is, since Chibweze is a bald-headed man, has passed through your gate before. Do you understand? It will no longer allow Chibweze, is a bald-headed man, to pass at all because it has passed before. Do you understand? It will not allow Chibweze to pass at all because it has passed. And I think it resets in 24 hours before it will allow new data to pass. 24 hours, right? That's the thing. So if I add it here, within previous executions, if I add it here now, you now have to choose where do you want it to filter? Do you understand? Where do you want it to filter? Now, keep items where value is new, where value is higher than any previous value, where value is later than any previous date. This These options here are very important as well. Why are they important? Depending on what you want to do. Now, if you want to use mathematical, maybe by words, incremental, let's say incremental values, that means you use this one. If you want to use by date, you will use this one. Okay, so it gives you that options, all right? It widens your feathers to pick options, the things you want to work with. Do you understand? But now I want to only take new values only. And what am I going to use to ensure that it doesn't allow to pass again? I will use the title. I will drag the title. This is the title. I will drag the title and paste inside value to dedupe. Anything you place inside here will be what it is going to dedupe. Dedupe, I mean, is where it is going to remove the duplicate. Now, let me process this. You can see that it has allowed these 16 items to pass. Are we all seeing it? Please unmute your mic. Can we all see that it has allowed 16 items? Can we see that it has allowed 16 items to pass?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. 16 items are still here, but let me process it. Let me execute it again. Did he allow anything to pass?
No.
Okay, so why did he not allow anything to pass? Someone answer me. Why did he not allow anything to pass?
Because it has already executed the action once. So the second time is not allowed.
Thank you very much. You've understood it very well. So because it has executed these 16 items before, it is not going to execute them again. It will just stop them from passing. Do you understand? Now, let me also introduce you to the word of limiter. Let me introduce you to the word of limiter. All right. I just want to do them now so that you can use them later. I'm going to give you assignments on them. Let me introduce you to the word of limiter. Now, out of these 16 items, okay, out of these 16 items, and I want to just get only 5 randomized news items, or you want to get only 5 data out of these 16 data items, what do? You use limiter. You search for limits. I already explained limits during the first class, right? Now, here it will show you maximum items. How many items do you want to pass? 5. Items to keep. Is it the first 5 items or the last 5 items? You choose. If it is the first 5 items, you choose it. Now, look at this. Remember that I chose 5 items inside this limiter. Then now let me execute and let's see how many items is going to allow to pass. Out of these 16 items, it has allowed only 5 items to pass. That is what limiter does, but you may not really always need limiter. All right, you may not always need limiter, okay? Because except you want to, I can't really find a scenario that you use limiter, but then limiter is a basic node, is a core node, right? You might need it, especially if you're running social media automations. You might use your limiter from time to time. Okay. Now I'll introduce you to the word of limiter. Then here, let me now add this here. Now, in summary, what does this do? Let me remove this guy so that some people will not feel confused. In summary, what does this do? This guy here is a schedule trigger that makes this workflow to run whenever I set it. If I set it to run every 30 seconds, it will be running every 30 seconds. If I set it to run every 1 minute, it will be running every 1 minute. If I set it to run every 1 hour, it will be running every 1 hour. If I set it to run every day, it will be running every day at midnight or anytime I want it to run. Okay. And it will trigger at what minute? Okay. Now, fine. Now, when it triggers it, it fetches this data. Okay. Then the code node filters the data, duplicate, remove any of the duplicate item. The limiter ensures that only 5 items pass. not more than 5 items. And the removing duplicate 2, we now, or remove duplicate 1. Okay, this is remove duplicate, right? This is remove duplicate 1. Now, this remove duplicate 1 will now ensure that no item that has passed before passes again. All right? Is that clear now? Is that well understood now? Let me make
Yes, it's understood.
one. All right, it's well understood now, right? Good. So another thing I have to introduce you to, okay, I said I was going to use the code node on that other workflow. All right. Now, okay, let me first of all check if there are questions. Let me check if there are questions here.
All right, I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
I wanted to ask the code node, can it do a like specific function, such as, for example, in CNN speed now, we wanted to script CNN speed. Can it perhaps say we don't want to bring out items from a particular, say, lifestyle or autos? Can we make the code node be that specific?
Yes. Like I said, code node will do whatsoever you want it to do, so long as that code is writable. Right? So long as it is writable. And I know JavaScript is very powerful. The game you play, I think even this man knows how to. Jara Wallace, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. On this
Okay.
RSS feed, we use a code node to filter the use of duplicates. Is it possible to use the code node to also filter breaking news from a New York Times website or a CNN website?
Okay. Now the question will now be your RSS feed, does it give you only breaking news or does it give you full news articles for the day? You can use your code node, all right, to actually do it in a way that you tell your code node to filter only news items that are not more than 1 hour age, if that is what you can define as breaking news, right? Because on that RSS feed, okay, now this is one thing here. Let me tell you this. Let me show you this. Now let me assume that we don't need this trigger, okay, and we use RSS feed trigger. RSS feed had its own trigger, okay. It pulls every minute. It doesn't pull whenever there is a news item. So even as it pulls every minute, it will pack every news that is available on the RSS feed. Do you understand? It will pack every news. If there are sometimes you might pack here, you will see up to 101, up to 200 news items, especially on Mondays. On Monday mornings, you will see a whole lot of news items, over 100 coming. Do you understand? Now, your code node, you can now give instructions to your code node depending on what you define as your breaking news. Okay. It can appear as a mine is showing problem in node, remove duplicate. So it can problem in node, remove duplicate. Maybe you did not map, you didn't map where you should pick data from. Hold on, William, hold on. Did you map here? Did you map here? Look at my screen. Did you map here?
Hello, yeah, I can see your screen. I didn't mark this particular place, but I think I've rectified the issue. Yeah, it's okay now.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So
Hold on, how
22
is the
basic.
service?
Hold on. No, say the Bempa. It is not 22 basic code node. I made a mistake. Probably that's what I said. I said 22. Between 17 to 22 basic nodes. That's what I said, right? N8N has basic nodes that you will use, whether you like it or not. You have to use them. All right. You have to use not all of them, but some of them. You have to use them, whether you like it or not. You have to use some of them because they are too basic to do. They are the life of your workflow. They make decisions for you. They do the routings for you. They do the data assignment for you. They do the value allocation and all those things. All right. There are basic nodes like that that you must use, whether you are building a news, a social media workflow, whether you're building a lead pipeline, whether you're building an email pipeline, whether you're building an AI agent. You have to use those basic nodes, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them. Those are the ones we call basic nodes. So this person say, I don't understand. Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, William, go ahead.
Okay, so there is one thing I have noticed here.
Okay.
Okay, if, for example, the workflow we're trying to build now is centrally, is specifically for news broadcasting or maybe posting of current and breaking news. Now, is it not proper, since we have RSS trigger, is it not proper we use RSS trigger as opposed to scheduled trigger? Because irrespective of how many kind of news RSS trigger may want to pull off in a day, at least we have duplicates, to remove duplicates and limiter to at least control that. Is it not better we use the RSS trigger instead of scheduled trigger? That's what I want to find out.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Before I answer that, another person with any question?
Yes, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
My first question is, let's assume I'm putting data using the RSS feed for CNN websites. Is it possible, some of these websites, they have images. Is it possible for me to transfer image data or videos data through the codes, through this process rather? Then, my second question, if this RSS feed we're having like 10 different RSS feeds connected to code nodes, won't it crash the code node, or do we introduce something like a loop to pick it one by one from each of the RSS nodes before sending to the code?
Okay, I'm going to answer that. Okay, Deborah Fab.
Sir, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is this. I noticed that the link you sent to us to send our assignment, I think it's automated. I can see it in your dashboard. So my question is this: when we're creating form, there is nowhere to there's nowhere to input something that will allow people to upload files or something, or image or anything.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, that form you created, do you need people to upload files?
No, sir. I just want to know in case maybe a client
Yeah. See, like I always say, the nature or the look of whatever you're building is totally dependent on the business problem you want to solve. Now, my business problem is that I need you people to submit a picture of your workflows. Do you understand? I need you to submit picture. One of my problem is how to catch that picture. That will mean I will make you to upload. If my problem is not how to catch that picture, is how to catch your JSON file, which I will teach you today how to generate your JSON file, because in upcoming assignments you'll be doing JSON file, right? Now, if I need you to do JSON file, I will also create upload and maybe remove some things which I did in that workflow. right? Because right now, if you upload JSON file, that workflow is going to break. If you upload Word document, it will break. It will only accept, it will only flow only pictures, because the problem I want to solve, the business requirement I have right now is picture only. Now, if you have another thing to do, if you have another requirement, you put it. Do you understand? And the form I told you is just only N8N form. What if your client needs you to catch from web? What if your client needs you to catch from type form? What if your client need you to catch from jot form? What if your client needs you to catch from Google form? I am not the one that is going to teach you how to use those form systems. All right. I just taught you the one inside N8N. Every client have their own need. Now, one way to work with N8N is this. Your client might need a lot of other platforms to integrate, but use your knowledge of the one you have done to work with all those other ones. That is what I keep preaching, right? I cannot come and teach you to how to use 10 form systems. That will mean we are taking 10 days just to only learn how to do form, Do you understand? But if I teach you one form system, you now use it to know how to do other form system, no matter the form they are. Just like you learned how to type on Microsoft Word, because of it, you can learn, you know how to type on Google Word. Because you know how to work on Microsoft Excel, because of that, you know how to work on Google Spreadsheet. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. So for William, I like your question so much. It means that you're very, very observant. Now, if you're building only one news pipeline, there is absolutely no need for scheduled trigger. You can just use the feed trigger. But if I want to do this, and I want to do another one, maybe BBC, and I want to do another one, New York Times, all right, that means I will need scheduled trigger, so that once this one kicks off, all of them will run. All of them will run. Do you understand? Let me give you perfect instance here. Let me give you a perfect instance, right? Let me give you a perfect instance. Some of this is I'm actually being careful so that you'll not feel overwhelmed as start getting scared. Now look at this. Look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here. This is New York Times, CNN, BBC, Guardian, and Al Jazeera. Now this is coin market cap. This line is crypto line. That is why I did not add it here, because I have another plan for it. This is crypto line, right? Good. Now, but then it may not fire. I'll tell you why it will not fire later. If you ask me, I'll tell you why it may not fire. But then here, I need it to fire all at once. And if I execute this, look at this. If I execute this, okay, problem in coin market cap. Now let me delete. I just said it that it may not fire. Let me delete it. Now I can see that these other ones are running. They will run, they'll go to merge and wait. Run, get to merge and wait. Run, get to merge and wait. Run, get to merge and wait. Right? Until the last one runs and get to merge, all of them will now fire. Do you understand? Good. Now, if you look something here, I still use that same. Okay, I think I've received the email. Right? Did I receive the email? Yeah, I think I have. Now, because I have more than one news source here, that is why I want it. Initially, they were posting to Facebook, right? But I had Facebook API expiring. I didn't have strength to go and start doing it again. You get? Now, this is it. Okay. If I have more than one, I will use. Okay, now it's firing 20 items. This one is firing 20 items. So if I have more than one, I will use the schedule trigger. But if I have one, I will use the RSS trigger. Now that's the difference, because more than one cannot allow only only RSS trigger to fire. You understand? Now, another thing you should note is, before now, you can have more than one trigger on a workflow, but I think lately you cannot have more than one trigger on a workflow. I don't know why they made it that way. Now let me show you those emails. Let me see if they came in. I don't even know which of my emails I used. Let me check if they came in. Okay, I think they did. Okay, now this is it. I think I just used that for the most. Now you can see that here, this news was from New York Times. It was Code Node that added this source. It was the Code Node that added it. That's why I told you that there is, like, you can use Code Node for anything you want. All right. Code Node added this source, New York Times. Now imagine if I posted this on my Facebook, for instance. Right? New York Times cannot prosecute me because I gave them the credits. Abi? But then my AI rewrote it quite all right. Use another language, quite all right. Okay. Now that is it. But if I needed just one, I'll use only schedule trigger. All right. This thing is still processing. Let me cancel it. Trying to finish my AI token. Still what? All right. So what did Jara Wallet ask? Jara Wallet asked if you can use the. Okay, now about the imagery. Your RSS feed, can it pull up image? Do you understand? Can it pull up image? I bet the answer is no. It doesn't pull up image. Let me try. Does it pull up image? If it doesn't pull up image, then you cannot map any image. Look at it. It does not pull up image. All right. But if it pulls up image, I'm not going to add. Yes, it does not pull up image. Look at it. There is no anywhere for image. There is no binary data, no image, right? So you cannot work with what you don't have. If it doesn't pull up image, then it cannot work with it. Cannot work with an image because there is no image. All right. Let me look closely again. There is no image, so we cannot work with image. So whatever it can pull up for you, except you want to now use maybe use AI to generate image for it later on, then you can do that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Peter Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, I have two questions. On that your dashboard, on this second one you showed us. After the after the what's it called? The node, then you use edit field. So I don't know what the use of edit field here. And in addition, second question is, if you're working on a particular node and it shows that small triangle, does it mean your work there is not successful? Yeah, that's my question.
Sorry, come again.
My second question is, if you are working on a particular node, you execute it and it shows that small triangle on it, does it mean then your work there is unsuccessful?
No. If it shows that triangle, when you execute it, even if it was showing triangle, when you execute it, it will show green. Let me show you. That triangle means that you edited that node. Look at this limiter. Look at this limiter now.
Yes.
You can consider it is there, right? Now let me make it 2. Oh, okay. It didn't show here. Let me change this, for instance. Let me see this. Why is it? Now so this code, this one's then there. Okay, let me use this. Let me use this. Maybe let me delete something. Let me delete something and check. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, good.
And I said, and my first question was, what's the use of that edit field on this particular work you're doing? Why don't you just directly connect it to
Okay, so the use of the edit field. If you remember, when the new one I did, I told ChatGPT to give me to allow the code node to attribute the source. Do you understand? But do you know why it did not write source? I've taught you about edit field in the past 2 classes, right? What edit field does, it allocates identity. I think that was one of the things that got they used to explain, and he got very technical, right? It allocates identity. Now here, source is New York Times. Do you understand? News title, I drag news title. News date, I drag news date. News content, I drag news content. It will make the next node know where the source is, to make it to know the news title, to make it to know the news content, right? You understand? Now I've allocated identity.
I'm
I
following
have
you.
now
Yes, sir.
allocated identities to them. It will be easier for the code node. Just like you did on your form system where you allocated. Yeah. Now, submitted at was submitted at, but it was coming. Now you changed it to timestamp. Right now, it was coming from the form as submitted at, but your edit field, you wrote timestamp, which means it will now flow as timestamp, no longer as submitted at. It has now changed the name. You understand? So it gives identity. Let me not confuse you with that change in name, but it gives identity to your data. Let me put it that way. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. So okay, now I need to use the code node to do something within let me see. Let me use title here. And you need to use the code node to mention and title. Yeah, I used mention and title here. So sometimes you can actually use more than one. You can map more than one here. You get? You can map more than one item. It will output. Can see. Right. I map this. Right. But then let's go back to the code node. To use code node. The question now is, how can we use code node in that form we did with 1 day 2? How can we use code node here? Now, see, sometimes this is where the real data manipulations now happen, and this is where you're going to do your assignment on code node. This is where you do your assignment on code node. Some people might get confused here. I intended to do code node, webhook, HTTP today, and I wanted Osas, because Osas did something that impressed me very well. I wanted Osas to show us about HTTP. All right. Now, this is where we are going to do our assignment. So listing, yes, that one too, we did that RSS feed one. We're also going to do assignment with it to show that yes, you guys can do it. Now, this code node, we need to put it here. But what we want to do here is we want to use code node to now do real manipulation of data. Real manipulation of data. That is what we want to do here. Before I continue, I want to ask, are you people tired? Are you tired?
Brain don't full.
No, not tired though.
No.
Are you tired? I know I asked that one, that person, that is your sister. Are you tired?
Keep going.
Is she not here?
I don't tire.
Boss, no verse. So let me just quickly interrupt and ask this real quick. That time when you were adding the other RSS read, the second one to the trigger. How did you get the connector? That connector, how did you gotta try my own? It's only one connector that come with it automatically.
Okay. It's very simple. Every node has more connectors. It's just here. You see here, you
Yes.
drop your cursor here, then you drag it.
Oh, okay. Simple. Thank you.
All right. Wait, what about I have somebody I'm looking for. Class rep, where are you?
I believe the female class rep.
Okay, female class rep, where you do?
I am here, sir.
Okay. I'm seeing someone. I wonder whether my class rep don't run leave us for class.
They happen. No. When I did school, I maybe class, I will give them marker, I will come out.
Well, maybe like okay. So okay, now what we are going to do is today is Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. I will just okay. I don't want people to really get although it's not 10 yet. Our class ends by 10, but it's not 10 yet. All right. Hold on, give me a minute. Okay. I hope people did not hear me shout. So I see. I don't want people to get that your brain.
Yeah, I recorded the conversation. Yeah, I recorded the conversation. Copilot did.
Copilot did. What I said at the background.
Yeah. Yes.
By here. Okay, so people are saying that everywhere don't blow. Everywhere supposed to blow actually. Everywhere don't blow. Everywhere supposed to blow rather. Not be everywhere don't. Everywhere supposed to blow. So the thing is this, right? The thing is this. Like, okay, before I proceed with what I want to say, please, everybody here, be very honest. You can unmute your mic. Be very honest. Do you feel like giving up already? Remember, I told you people that week two, some people feel like they want to. But that's buzz, AI automation. The way you start entering, but after week 2, you'll start finding it a lot easier. So, is there anybody here that feels like I'm gonna just drop out of this university? Is there anybody?
Yes. Like number one, me.
Yes,
Number one, me.
I feel left behind because I missed the second class.
Sir, I think today now, I know the cell we are building is to generate news, and we are generating news. Where are we posting it to? Where are we pushing it to? I don't understand.
Yes, you have a very, very valid question. Now, that is why sometimes like this, I will have to give you an assignment. Remember in one of my live on TikTok, I told you people that the way I learned was once I'm watching, I will pause the video and try and complete it by myself. Wherever I hang, Wherever I hang, I will come back. Do you understand? Now use that same approach, and that is the approach I am using to give you. All the assignments I've been given to you, I am giving you an assignment that will make you think beyond what I am doing. That is the best way to learn. It's not like I cannot complete it end to end, but I am going to do it that halfway. The assignment I'm giving you on that news work, you've not even heard the assignment yet. You're already crying. You're already crying. You've not even heard it yet. The assignment I'm giving you on that, please, class rep, take notes. The assignment I'm giving you on that news one is generate. I can give you the news links so that, in fact, no, go and use from RSS website. Use from RSS website. Do it so that when you've done it, you will know that you did something. You can never ever forget. If I teach it here, you will watch and pass. It will be easier for you. But that 10 minutes, 30 minutes you use, just like Williams will always come to tell me that the boss, I've spent 6 hours for the past, the way he used to talk with strength. The boss, for the past 10 hours, I have been doing this thing. Sometimes I just feel like, let me pity this man. You use muzzle. For the past 10 hours, I've been on this thing. My head, everything. What about But now that is how it's supposed to be, right? That thing that took you a lot of time, that switch that took you a lot of time to solve. Joseph Narobi, hold on. That switch that took you a lot of time to solve. Trust me. Joseph, hold on. I'm muting your mic. Why is your mic not muted? Mute your mic. I was saying that switch that took you a lot of time to figure out. Trust me, if you see switch tomorrow, it will be easier for you. That is how, like I told you people on time, that my teaching modalities is I will teach you, but I will need you to go and do a lot of work to learn more, and everybody must work. The first day I told you, everybody be ready to SADP smart, please. So what I want you to do in that news platform is I will give you all the links. Let me relieve you of that going to RSS feed. But if you don't want to register on RSS feed, it's also fine. But I will give you all the links. Generate 5 news items, right? Now log them into your spreadsheets. Don't post anywhere. Just log them into spreadsheets and log them different. Use only one sheet. BBC News, New York Times, CNN. I'll give you the 5 links. Log them into your spreadsheet. Now, your spreadsheet should be as if you are posting, right? Okay, so you log them there. Then I will write in the group the things we need for the next class, all right? So that will not come and I will not come by surprise and tell you to create accounts. Remember that we've not done webhook, we've not done HTTPS, and you're already tired. We only did code node today, and you're already tired. Okay. Now, but then I think we're actually on the right path, because remember I reserved 1 week for practicals, but we are doing more of practicals while studying, Abby. So that is it. Then number 2 is this data manipulation I wanted to do. I wanted you to use this data manipulation on the code node to solve some business problems. Do you understand? I don't know. So, but we are not going to be able to do that. But then, an extra assignment I will give you is try with your own knowledge. Okay, try with your own knowledge. Every class will end with 2 assignments for now until we enter broader subjects or broader curriculum, right? Try with your own knowledge to do a workflow that pulls the weather using HTTP node. Do you understand? Pull the weather and give you weather reports. Right? I can make a video of that and send to show you how it works. Right? So instead of having to do it during the next class. All right.
Okay.
So Yeah. So please, if you feel like giving up, do not do it yet.
Okay, my question is, you said we'll do it and send it through Excel like a project document, but I've not experienced any of the class where you did or sent something. This is my first class. I've not experienced it, so I don't know
Okay,
how
this
to
is
go
your
about
first
it.
class. Yes.
Yeah.
Which group do you belong to? Which group do you belong to in your accountability group? Which is your accountability group?
I was not here when you give accountability group. I don't know.
Please, you can please always come on time, man. Be cool. Always come on time. Okay. Please, if you are here, you did not get accountability group, just raise your hand.
The
Raise
way
your hand.
Mr. Isaac, one Isaac something, you say is the team lead for.
Okay, sweet experience, you did not get accountability group. Who else didn't get accountability group? Who else did not get accountability group? Accountability group. Who else? Sweet experience. Okay, Mariam, number 2. Mariam, number 2. Who else? Who else? Who else did not get? Okay, so sweet experience and Mariam. I will allocate you people to Kayode is not here. I will allocate you people to Kayode. I will allocate you people. Okay, you are in tech slick group. You got now. I mean, who did not get accountability group? Or is only Mariam that did not get?
Sorry, I don't know my group. And I don't know the member in my group. Like, I know I'm
Go
in
to
group.
go to WhatsApp group. Go to WhatsApp group. Check through the messages. You should see your name in a group.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Only Mariam did not get a group, right? Only Mariam. Okay. Yeah, you told me about your brother. I saw it on WhatsApp, but hold on, let me finish. You get? We already done for the day. That's why I wasn't really in a haste to like add him or something like that. I was already done for the day. So the class is already done. The class ends by 10. So you should chill. Although I've not seen his inflow yet. Please tell him I've not seen his inflow. All right. But that shouldn't be an issue. We'll talk about that in the this class that I said, once class starts, anybody that's paying is going to pay 100,000. Yeah, Mariam, I will pair you with Kayode and I'll pay with Kayode. So please, if you feel like giving up, let me be honest with you, there is no skill that is very easy to get, but every skill is easy to get. It is for the weak, actually, but where it is for the weak is that you have to put in the practice. You have to practice. Don't ever watch video and think that you're going to get it. If you watch video alone, or you come here only when I teach, that is when you are doing it, you will not get it. You will not get it. I'm telling you fact. All right? Allocate hours to yourself every day for practicing. The real lesson you are learning is the practicing you are doing, not what I am teaching. I'm only guiding you how to, but the what is it called? The creativity, the perseverance, the building of it all depends on you. And if you check here, what I've been doing here is to guide you. Then when I give you assignments, I will now need you to be creative with the assignments. That is the best way to learn. To me, that was how I learned. I'm talking from experience. And if anybody that is teaching me that does not give me that flexibility to be creative on my own, that person is doing me wrong. All right. So please don't be angry that I'm giving you something. And I purposely, some of this workflow, I will explain end to end to you. Then when I do them, I stop somewhere. I need you to be creative. Do you understand? I need you to be creative. Make use of the accountability group. If you don't get, I'm always available, anything you want. And everybody have been answering you, except the only people I did not answer very well are the people who were asking me, like who were wanting me to build form for them, like to help them and build the form. No, those are the people because it was too basic. And form is not even part of this class, but we spent a lot of time. I taught you how to build form so that um um you can cascade it to all that types of form, right? So please, if you feel like giving up, anytime you feel like giving up, stand up. But even if you have bottled water, leave bottled water, go and drink pure water, so that you remember that life is hard. Life no in himself no easy. Drink pure water. When you drink pure water, finish. You walk around small. You go sit down. Struggle amount. Understand? Don't drink bottled water. Drink pure water. Except those that are outside the country. If you're in Nigeria, just go and buy pure water and drink. As you're drinking the water, as you're pressing it, you'll be remembering that I not get this text skill. Only pure water will drink. You understand? So please don't give up. No skill in the world is easy to get. Right? Everything looks flashy, looks very easy initially, but later, you start finding out that, oh, okay, there is a type of work for you to do. So I've spoken too much. Any question before I end the?
Okay, on my issue, you didn't say anything. That's what I'm just waiting for.
Sorry, what's your issue? Okay, about the spreadsheet, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm coming. Please hold on. This person, okay. Don't worry. Whenever the inflow comes, I will let you know. Okay. Whenever the inflow comes, I'll let you know. For now, I've not seen any inflow. Maybe it's still processing. Okay, about that one, please everybody here that is having issue with spreadsheets, working on your spreadsheet, connecting your spreadsheets. All right, connecting your spreadsheets, number one. Mapping data, number two. I can give you a quick, tomorrow is Thursday, right? I can give you a quick 1 hour tomorrow afternoon. Maybe around 11, 12. I can give you a quick 1 hour. So we did this 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago, right? To me, it's not a big deal to me. I'll give you a quick 1 hour where we'll just run it down so that you understand better. Is that okay?
I'm a core member. Tomorrow is my CDS, my biometric self.
Okay.
Unless even before I'll be available. I don't know for others.
Tomorrow is Thursday, right? We still have Friday.
Thursday of the month.
Okay, no problem. We can do it on Friday then. We can do it on, although I already told you guys that we'll be having 1 day to end every week, as in to end some of you, not every week. But since I see that there is still a lot of issues with some of you, we can do Friday. All right, we can do Friday.
The Thursday morning, okay? Early morning, maybe.
No. I have a
VIP.
VIP.
No. Some of us go to work early in the morning.
Yeah.
So evening will be better.
Thursday evening then. I don't know. Friday myself.
So Thursday evening or Friday evening, anyone, right? Okay, no problem. I will make the announcement. But then tomorrow morning, let me check when is this. Okay, that's usually is in the mornings. Yeah, sweet experience. You're raising your hand. What time is on? I'm looking at. Okay, it's tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow by 4. Tomorrow by Is tomorrow 4 p.m. Nigerian time okay for you people?
Perfect.
Please, every other person say, is tomorrow 4 p.m. Nigerian time okay for you people? William.
Good evening once again, everybody.
Good evening.
The boss, please. There is something I have realized, and I go by the fact that an injury to one is an injury to all. A lot of persons here, including me,